Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So these are my client's nails. She has, they're literally her natural length, absolutely gorgeous. She has Builder Gel overlay. So if you look at the little finger, it's like not long at all, because 4 weeks ago it was pretty much no nail on there whatsoever. She ripped it clean off, and I genuinely mean half of it was missing. Like, it ripped half of it had come away from her nail bed. It was like just a few millimeters of nail left on there. It was so short, so we couldn't really do anything with it, so we've just kind of just left it to grow out as much as possible. I did put the tiniest tip on there 4 weeks ago, and it came off yesterday, so it did last 4 weeks, but I did warn her it might not last that long because there was practically no nail for it to hold on to. So I'm doing an infill. So we're taking off that design, and my client, this is really hard to explain. So my client's nails, she used to be a really, 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 really bad nail biter, to the point that she practically had no nails. She's also double jointed, and I've noticed with quite a lot of my other clients that are double jointed, as their nails get nice and long and they start to grow out, they start to point upwards towards literally like the ceiling, if that makes sense. And I don't know if you can see it. You see that her ring finger hanging over my nail? Can you see how it starts to point upwards? So I always have to make her nail, the apex on the nail, quite high to make it look like it's not pointing upwards, because I'm trying to get the nails to grow out in the correct direction. So they're not as bad as what they were when she first came to me, which was last year. She's been coming to me since October last year, and she'd been to somebody previous who did build gel, and they just painted it on like gel polish, and they weren't good at all. The nails were a mess, to be honest. So we've been trying to get them to grow out the correct way, instead of, as they get to the free edge, they get nice and long and then they start to point upwards. So that's the best way I can explain how her nails are. Because she used to be a really, really, really big nail biter like many years ago, and she's been trying her hardest to grow them out. So I'm using the drill bit. I'm pretty sure it's a fine drill bit, but I could be wrong. It is Melody Susie. I've got it on 20,000 RPM, and my dust collector is a rechargeable dust collector from Amazon, Melody Susie. Also, the drill bits you can get from Amazon, Melody Susie as well. It was a pack. I think there was about 6 in this pack. So I'm just taking down, because this is by Builder Gel, not Biab. I don't use Biab because a lot of people get lots of allergies from it. So I was warned, so that's probably not the best one to use. Anyway, so I'm debulking all of like that colour, the design, and taking down, normally I would take down around 70% of the Builder Gel to do an infill. That's how much I would take off. I would debulk around 70%. But because I want to keep, because of how her nail beds are, they kind of point upwards, I don't debulk that much. I debulk about 50%. I do every prep bit like normal. I do the cuticle like normal. I push back the cuticles, and then I have no idea what I'm doing here. Push back the cuticles, and then I go in with my fine sanding band. And then I go, not my fine sanding band, sorry, my cuticle drill bit. So push back the cuticles, then I use my cuticle drill bit on a speed of around 3, I think, going down the side walls of the nails and around the cuticle, and then I go with my sanding band. If you can you see the nails? How they poke upwards? They have always been like that, but believe me when I say they were a lot worse than that when she came to me. Honestly, it was like ski slopes, but the wrong way round, if that makes sense. The apex on these nails do need to be high to try and, not like thick, but high enough for me to do a nice shape. And she was using the go-to colour, which was the Builder Gel that she wanted. The colour it was by Blue Sky and it's dusky pink. And I was running out. I've already done her other hand and I was running out. So this hand, I still done it, still used it. Oh, and by the way, on this one, I do put a Gel X extension on this tip. Yeah, so what was I saying? So when I tell you I put this Builder Gel on messy, I put it on messy because I couldn't get a proper bead just because I was running out of it, and I should have checked first, to be honest, but the amount of product we have to use for this client to get the nails the correct shape, we needed a lot, let me tell you, we need a lot. Practically using the same amount as I would for a brand new full set, just because of how her nails are shaped. So I've already done, obviously, her other hand off camera. Yeah, so we needed a lot, so I just plopped it on there messy. Literally just messy. You'll see it all lumpy, bumpy. It is ugly. Like, it's really bad. The application was horrendous. I've never done it like that before. But because I was running out, I was just banging it on there. And then I thought, I'll sort it out with filing. That is the magic of filing. So anyway, I will let you watch this. I do lift up any bits of lifting with my sanding band, which is 240 grit mini sanding band. Yeah, I just lift up any tiny bits that are lifting, because you don't want to be leaving stuff like that on and then covering it up with when you do your infill, because you're just going to get a nail greenie and all that sort of stuff. But I'll let you watch and I'll be back. So that's all the filing done, and I've removed all the dust as well with 91% isopropyl alcohol. Nope, can't pronounce it. I've gone in with Model 1's dehydrator and primer just on the exposed nail bed. So these are 4 weeks old and they have grown so quick, like so quick. So I'm going in with my slip layer, which is what I always do. Always do a slip layer when doing Builder Gel, whether it be infill or just an overlay. I always do that, as you can see. I am running out. Literally 3 days old this is. All my clients have just been having this. Yeah, so I do a bead and then I slowly bring down. I do keep flooding this nail as well. It's really annoying. I know, it's so bad. I just like looking at it thinking, oh my God, what have you done? Yeah, bit of Builder Gel, I do have to be quite quick with it. So I always put a bead at the top and I leave majority of that at the top. That's for the structure, that's for the apex, that's where we're infilling majority of the nail, and then I bring it down thinly to the free edge. That's what you want to do. And then in between, I just flash cure because you don't want it to move. So you just flash cure in between. That's what I do. And then when I've done it all, I go in my big lamp for 60 to 90 seconds. These I do cure for 90 just because I do have to put it on quite thick. This isn't even, this is literally one layer, guys, one layer. I end up curing it and going back in with a second layer afterwards, purely, again, like I said, because of the shape of her nails. They are like ski slopes. And so I have to do the apex a lot higher than I normally would on somebody with like normal nails that don't, I don't really know what to call the shape, like why they do that. Yeah, but they are like ski slopes. They do point up. They're so bad when there's nothing on them. They're actually lovely condition. Lovely long nail bed. Well, not long nail beds, actually. She does actually have, that was my other client. She does actually have short, really short nail beds. That's because she used to be a nail biter. You can see from the side of how small her nail bed is, to the length of the nail. She didn't want any length taken down, which was absolutely fine. Her goal is to grow them out, and we are trying to get them to grow into a better non-ski slope kind of nail. But I've noticed a lot of my clients that are used to be nail biters and double jointed, their nails do very similar, not as bad as this. If you look, don't watch what I'm doing now, but if you look at the fingers, you can see can you see the shape of them, how they kind of poke upwards? So we're trying our hardest to encourage the nails to not do that. Yeah, so her next set after this will be a removal and fresh set. So yeah, as I said, plop a bead down and leave majority of that near the top. That's where your majority of the apex is going to be, because that's where we're infilling. You don't just want a lump, you still want it to smooth out, but you can do that with filing. And then I cure for 90 seconds. Look at the state of it, like literally, it's because I was running out. And yeah, her first hand, I done it so well, but this time I was just like, do you know what, just bang it on there and sort it out with filing, and they turn out fantastic. But I do cure 90 seconds just because of how thick I have to put it on. And then her little finger, as I said, she pretty much didn't have a nail on her little finger. She ripped it clean off in half. So half of her nail was missing 4 weeks ago. She had the tiniest bit of nail left on her nail bed. It was really bad, and I still put a tip on there because she wanted me to. So we figured something out, we managed to make it work, and it has grew quite a lot in 4 weeks. Didn't expect it to be that long, to be honest. So I end up going in with a Gel X extension on the little finger. So I'll let you watch and I'll be back. So they have all been fully cured for 90 seconds, and I did that in between the two bits that I did. So obviously I'd done the infill with the builder gel, cured it, and then I redid it again for on the second layer, just because of the shape of her nails. We wanted that apex to be higher than the point where they slope upwards. I really hope that makes sense. But we don't want them to be thick either. So I put it on nice and thick, but this time now, this is where I can file and get it to the right shape. So it's not just like a ruler from the cuticle to the free edge, where it's completely the same level. We want it to go downward slightly. So this is what I'm doing. I'm using my, I think probably 100 grit just to make sure it's nicely filed, shaped, buffed, all that sort of stuff. And then for the cuticle, I just use my buffer. Don't you need to use anything harsh or anything like that. So I use my 180 buffer around the cuticle. I don't know why, I just don't use my nail drill. My nail drill is for debulking, it's for removing and for prep. For shaping, I've always used a hand file. Does anybody else do that? Yeah, so I will let you watch this and I'll be back. So those have all been filed, shaped and buffed. I always buff over the nail just to remove any little scratches, and I go around the cuticle with my buffer as well. I never use like a harsh file around the cuticle area. One, because I feel like it takes some of the builder gel away. Why am I out of breath? I'm sat down. Yeah, and then I sprayed with alcohol just to get rid of any tiny bits of dust, because you can't always remove the dust. And then I'm going in with this beautiful green blue. I don't really know what colour you would call that. Turquoise, maybe? Just on the two nails, and then on the little finger when I actually get to doing it, and the pointer, index finger, we do a French, and then we do some little flowers as well. Yeah, that's basically it. I do 2 coats on the blue-ish turquoisey nails, curing in between. So that's all of the actual nail art done, apart from this little finger. So I've put a Gel X tip on, and then what I did was, obviously I've done all my prep like normal, and I've used my Model One's gel nail glue. Absolutely amazing. I love this stuff. And just popped it on, cured it, flash cured it, and then I cured it in the lamp fully. And then I go around the cuticle with my fine sanding band just to kind of blend that in a little bit more. And then I also then go over, buff it all, buff the nail. Don't know if I keep that in though. And then what else? Go over with exactly the same builder gel, because obviously we want the base the same colour. And this is the finished result. What do you all think? Considering I nearly ran out, I think I didn't do a bad job. But thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.